It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Reaction Beanie Yo 228. Day in that neighborhood, my people. It is time to get into another one, y'all. Time to get into another one. Hope y'all doing excelente out there today, as always. And I'm glad y'all came on back to the channel once again, as always, to get into another one of these crazy ass videos. As always. Now, we're going to take it back to a channel that I think we have been to 2 times in the past. No more than 3. But they just dropped this video a couple days ago, and I'm excited to check it out with my brothers and sisters. And that channel is Tragedy Tales. Going back to Tragedy Tales, y'all. In the title of the video, The Fatal Mistake. Clips captured before horror. We know this finna be fucking crazy, man. And sometimes I just be wishing that these videos, when they say before horror, it don't say before death. So hopefully we can get a couple of survivors out of these stories. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully some of these people survive. I digress. We finna check out who survived and who didn't. But before we do that, my brothers and sisters, y'all know what y'all got to do. Get whatever you may need. Get what you need. We back to Tragedy Tales once again, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all got what y'all need. Y'all ready to go? Then let's fucking go.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Ryan from Tragedy Tales, and as you seem to enjoy the last list of 5, this week, yet again, I've dug through the internet to find some spine-tingling clips that will leave you on the edge of your seat. From natural disasters to freak, unavoidable accidents, this week, we've got the lot. So sit back, grab a drink, here are 5 more clips captured before horror.
Get whatever you may need. Number 5.
This video begins on January the 19th, 2022, in the village of Vyra, situated just south of St. Petersburg, in the Leningrad region of Russia. Now that cold Wednesday night, a 41-year-old lawyer by the name of Anna Uskova, who was from St. Petersburg, decided that she would participate in the yearly Epiphany tradition. The Epiphany tradition is a Christian tradition where believers dip themselves in water, believed to possess special healing properties. Anna decided that year she wanted to do it in the dangerous Ordesh River, located in the southwestern part of Leningrad. Now this river is dangerous due to its unusually high strength current. This river claims lives every year, including unsuspecting people during the summer season. Because Anna had been doing the Epiphany tradition on an annual basis for several years prior, it was something that she was very comfortable doing. That Wednesday night, despite the air temperature being around -5, Anna wore a black one-piece swimming suit and was seen crossing herself before jumping straight into a rectangular hole that had been cut out of the thick ice. Around the hole there was no good light, no handrails, and no safety rope. On that same day, a safe ice hole was created in the Ordesh River by Vyra village. At that hole they had rescuers, an ambulance, as well as a wooden frame and steps to help people in and out of the water. As soon as Anna submerged, she was quickly swept away by the river's intense current.
I'm I'm sorry, y'all. This just ain't making no damn sense to me. How did Anna not realize that the way she doing this is so fucking unsafe? Like, you mean to tell me, other than what the little cutout rectangular ice block removal that they did, there's no net down below. There's nothing down below. It's just water, and then up under the water, up under all that ice, is just the damn river. So I just don't understand why she would do this and not take no safety measures. Let's go.
Disappearing into the dark waters below. Those on the surface quickly realized that something had gone terribly wrong. As her children wailed, Anna's husband desperately dove in to try and rescue her, but due to the murky water and muddy bottom, she was nowhere to be seen. Emergency services were called, and a rescue team that included divers was dispatched to the scene, but they too could not find her. In the following days, despite repeated searches by divers and state rescuers, nothing was found. Until 11 days later, volunteers with underwater drones located a body downstream. A kilometre away from the ice hole, her husband was called in, and it confirmed his worst nightmare. It was Anna. This was an absolutely avoidable tragedy, and a tragedy that left 2 kids without their mother. While Russian officials warned others against repeating her actions, Alexander Zoyev, head of the Emergency Rescue Service, criticized the placing of the ice hole at a point where the river had a strong current, and the fact that they were lacking any safety measures.
Yeah, y'all know one, man. I can't understand why she jumped in the damn hole and it wasn't no safety measures. Like, I don't know. That one right there confusing me. Like, that one right there kind of making my head hurt. Let's move to number 4.
These eerie clips were recorded in the town of Pamukova, situated near Istanbul, on the bright Sunday morning of December the 1st, 2022. On this fateful day, a 22-year-old by the name of Berku Saglam, a beautician by profession, decided that she would take a training flight piloted by her friend, 54-year-old Hakan Kosal. Hakan had a single-engined personal aircraft, and Berku, who hailed from Turkey, had recently faced many job rejections and sought solace in a joyous flight. After some preparation, in the afternoon, the plane took off. Berku documented the scenic scenes all across her social media, capturing jaw-dropping landscapes and taking selfies in the cockpit. Eerily, her last photo was captioned by
Wow.
Unfortunately, approximately 20 minutes after takeoff, at around 3:32 p.m, communication with the plane was abruptly cut off while they were flying at an altitude of around 4,000 feet. Tragically, the mangled wreckage of the aircraft was soon discovered in an empty parking lot by workers at a nearby gas plant. Hakan, the pilot, was found in the car park, having been ejected from the plane during the crash. He had succumbed to his injuries. However, Berku was still in the aircraft. Her father, who was shocked to discover of her flight, was called in to identify her body, and only with the help of her jewelry were they able to.
Damn.
Upon reviewing the CCTV footage, investigators discovered that the plane had collided with a 380,000 volt power cable before tumbling to the ground.
Oh.
While officials' reasons for the crash considered fog as a possible cause, I don't see it visible in any of the footage whatsoever. And while the crash remains under investigation, the tragic loss of life is a reminder of the dangers in aviation.
That one there was just sad, man. And that one there was the reason why I ain't never been on an airplane a day in my life and probably never gonna get on one. I feel like I'm gonna get on an airplane at some point, man. But oh boy, that shit just fucked up, man. Cause it's like just seeing her take them pictures and shit, and posting all that shit on her damn Instagram. She ain't have no idea that she had literally minutes left to live. Sad. Number 3.
This haunting footage captures the tragic events that took place on the 8th of January 2022 in the city of Capiloto, situated in southwest Brazil. Although the sun was shining brightly that day, it had rained heavily in the preceding days, saturating the earth. The idyllic Furnace Lake, renowned for its breathtaking cliffs, caverns, and beautiful waterfalls, beckoned to locals and tourists alike. The canyons towered over the green waters, boasting walls that reached more than 20 meters in height. At around 12:30 p.m., what was meant to be a joyous outing turned into a nightmare. All of a sudden, rocks of all sizes began raining down on 4 tourist boats below, carrying approximately 70 to 100 people. The initial pebbles quickly escalated into bricks, and soon panic set in. Boats scrambled to try and move away from the cliff edges. The situation only grew worse as the entire cliff face crumbled and fell into 3 of the boats below. Pandemonium broke out as people desperately tried to help those caught in the water. Sadly, the rockfall proved to be fatal, claiming the lives of 10 innocent people, leaving 32 injured. The Brazilian Navy launched an investigation into the tragic incident and concluded that the excessive rain caused the cliff collapse.
And that one right there, man, you can't even blame that shit on nobody. Like, that was just Mother Nature. That was Mother Nature, man. Like, that shit just was a natural thing. It's just so crazy that them bitches had the pieces of the cliff or whatever that land had to fall at that exact time while them people was down them damn boats. Now, that's why I always say, man, we all got a clock ticking and it's going to go out at some point. And you don't know how it's going to go out. But when that time is up, it's up. And for them 10 people, RIP, their time was up. Number 2.
It's hard to wrap my head around the idea of traveling at a mind-boggling speed of 500 miles per hour. But for Jesse Coombs, this was a routine experience. Born in South Dakota, Jesse had a huge passion for cars. After graduating from college in 1998, she pursued a career in the automotive and diesel industry. Her seriously impressive skills behind the wheel led her to set a woman's land speed record in 2013. And in 2016, she broke her own record and earned the nickname the fastest woman on 4 wheels. Jesse also co-hosted the popular Spike TV show Extreme 4x4 for over 90 episodes from 2005 to 2009. So Jesse exceeded exceptionally well at everything she decided she wanted to do. On August the 27th, 2019, Jesse aimed to break the land speed record of 512 miles per hour, set by Kitty O'Neill in 1976. In the Alvord Desert in southeastern Oregon, she climbed into a 56-foot, 52,000 horsepower jet-powered car, named the North American Eagle Supersonic Challenger. Despite several previous failed attempts, Jesse was determined to make history that day. The video footage captured her driving at a breathtaking speed, leaving a plume of dust behind her.
She going fast.
The footage then ends. However, seconds later, the car burst into flames. The crash was so severe that the vehicle was completely unrecognizable. Nothing could be done to save Jessie. After an investigation, it was revealed the front wheel assembly collapsed while Jessie was approaching a speed of 523 miles per hour.
Damn.
Despite the tragedy, it was discovered that Jessie had broken the record. The Guinness Book of World Records posthumously awarded her the title of the fastest woman on Earth, honouring her legacy as an accomplished race car driver and a pioneer in her field.
Wow. Just the fact that she did break the record. She had to give her life up to break it. And I don't think if she could have looked at that in hindsight, she wouldn't give her life up to break that damn record. But we can say that she died doing something that she loved to do. Like, we seen all the pictures of her, even at a young age. She was always riding on motorcycles. Like, she into that type of daredevilish speed type shit. Rest in peace, Jessie, man. And your name will always be here on that record book. So, hey, I mean, let's go to number one.
This entry is a somber reminder that even the most amazing experiences can turn deadly in an instant.
Damn.
This tragic footage begins on the 26th of February 2013. That bright, beautiful morning, a group of 20 tourists gathered excitedly to experience a once-in-a-lifetime hot air balloon ride over the ancient temples and tombs of Luxor, Egypt. Due to Luxor's serene and picturesque atmosphere, hot air balloon rides are a very popular activity for visiting tourists. That morning, as the balloon started to inflate, the tourists climbed into the basket pictured in these very photos. They can be seen smiling, eager to get going. Before long, they took off and the balloon soared gracefully into the air. Feeling the heat of the burners warming their faces, the tourists had the time of their lives, enjoying the view from above. And it was all going well until they came to land. As the balloon approached the ground, all of a sudden, a small fire burst out in the center of the balloon. Still 30 foot off the ground, the pilot and one tourist made a split-second decision to leap out of the basket, sustaining heavy injuries. Unfortunately, this is when things went from bad to worse. As the pair jumped out, the difference in weight, aided by a sudden wind gust, caused the balloon to skyrocket to 1,000 feet. Panic screams filled the air as 7 people jumped out of the basket. The others clung on for dear life. Within moments, the fire grew exponentially, and the balloon continued to gain altitude. At approximately 980 feet, this video was captured, showing the flaming balloon rising rapidly into the air, before violently exploding, sending it tumbling through the air, eventually landing in a sugarcane field below.
Damn.
Ambulances arrived on scene just 15 minutes later to find bodies strewn across the muddy field. Only the pilot and the first tourist who jumped survived, leaving 19 dead, turning this into Egypt's worst hot air balloon disaster ever. This horrifying incident sent shockwaves across Egypt and the world. They soon discovered that there was a leak in one of the balloon's gas tanks, which was the main cause of the fire. Now, 1 decade on from this tragedy, Egypt has worked hard to improve their safety standards and try to regain the trust of tourists. But, up to this very day, the balloon rides in Luxor have never fully recovered. May the victims in this crash and those involved in this video rest in peace.
Rest in peace for real to them 19 people who lost their lives. That one right there was sad as fuck too, man, because now me personally, I never been a fan of hot air balloons, like me trying to get up in one. But that's one of the ones where people do that shit for a little lighthearted fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like Jessie. Like, what she was doing was pretty fucking dangerous. And you know, if shit get bad or something happened, and it's not good, it can go from bad to worse real quick. But them people just tourists, you know, just doing a little tourist attraction type thing, getting in the hot air balloon, and that end up happening to them. It's real similar to them people who was in the damn boats. You know what I'm saying? They just being tourists, you know, trying to enjoy the sights, enjoy shit. And that's the last thing they ever got to enjoy, because that ended up being the death of them. This shit here was good, as always, from my boy Tragedy Tale. What up? The first one, y'all, the one that I still can't compute. I can't understand why in the hell they just didn't. They just thought that lady can just jump down up in the damn river and then just come back up out the ice like ain't nothing wrong. Like, I don't know why they ain't have no kind of safety, nothing set in place. That one right there gonna always baffle me, man. But like I said, these was good, man. Glad y'all came back once again, man. Fuck with me, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Comment, man. Subscribe and do all that, man. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, of course. But until I see y'all tomorrow, you know I gotta say this. Love, peace, and happiness. Stay safe. Don't stop. Keep going. Yeah.